Peace and love, y'all. It's your girl, Divine Priestess, tapping back in with y'all with more messages from Spirit. Just a little tarot wisdom with Divine Priestess, and you already know what time it is. We are going to clear this space and clear the energy for this reading. And to the Most High, Spirit, God, ancestors, angels of divine white light, thank you so much for your divine protection over this space and over this reading. Thank you for clearing any low vibrational demon, deity, entity, evil eye, black magic, hexes, hoodoo, voodoo, or curses. And so mote it be. Ashe. Peace and love, y'all. What's up, Latasha Devin? What's up, Roddy 2024 and Bryce Grimes? Welcome back, love. Thank y'all so much for being here in this space, y'all. We are going to jump right in. I asked Spirit what we were going to talk about today, because normally I have all this shit written down and everything like that, but I'm getting in this space where I'm really just trying to go off of Spirit, go off of the heart. Like, what are we going to talk about today? Hey, Hit Screwface, thank you so much for joining the live, love. So yeah, today we're talking about, you know how they used to call us rebels without a cause? You see what I'm saying? Like, we were always called rebels without a cause because we got something in our spirit that makes us to want to go against the grain, because this, we're conforming to things that are not really built and made for us. Thank you. Wow, you're such a queen. I am blessed to be in your presence. Beautiful. Oh, you are so sweet, Bryce. Thank you so much, baby. I really appreciate that love. Yes, y'all. But what I'm starting to notice, like, y'all be scrolling down the TikTok timelines, and we're seeing like these youth, right? The young kids, and they are out here. They are a menace to society, okay? Because they have this rebel spirit, but this energy is not being transmuted, right? This rebel spirit is not being taken and used for the proper things, right? They come out, it's like they have this level of fearlessness, right? That's the type of energy we're supposed to carry anyway. It's like fear is not meant to be embedded within us. When we believe in God, we believe in the faith of miraculous things, right? We don't believe in the fact that certain things cannot happen, okay? So this is what this is about. It's like when we have this level of rebel, like this rebel in our spirit, it's a good energy to have, but we don't want to be that rebel without a cause, right? And that's when it comes to, what do we believe in? What do we stand for? What grounds us, right? What puts us in a space to make us feel like, you know what, I'm going to go against the grain, but the grain that I know that is, I'm not going to go against the grain that is made to empower me, right? I'm going to go against the things that are made to oppress me. If we're going to utilize this rebel spirit and this rebel energy, right, let's use it for the right things, okay? Let's transmute our rebel spirit and our energy towards things that will empower the people around us and things like that, okay? So that's what this is about. It's about non-conformity, okay? When we know that something is not made to benefit us, and we continue to invest in those same things, when we recognize that, okay, this is hindering not only us, but our children, the people around us, by being able, like, for us to give access to these things to our nieces, our nephews, the people around us that are just being naturally influenced, right, with these things. And we're just like, you know what? We just don't care. We don't filter the minds of the youth either to, like, decipher these things. So it's like they're taking it in and also coinciding with the toxic things that we throw out there to make these in particular people see, right, what's going on. Hey, his only queen DD35, thank you so much for joining the live, love. But yes, y'all, so it's just like transmuting our rebel energy. I remember when I was young. I remember when I was in school. People like used to, I'm sure, I know that I was judged, right? I know I was loud. I'm still loud. I know I had big energy. I still got big energy. I know that I still have a rebel spirit, right? But I was able to transmute that energy because back then, like in high school, it was like anybody can get it. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, it was an energy. It was very raw energy, right? And sometimes it can be transmuted into fighting, right? It can be transmuted into negative things, right? But or I remember it was a lot of rebel against teachers, rebel against authority, people that thought that they could have a level of control over me. And that's one thing about me, I think it's just me naturally being an Aquarius, but also growing up in a way where it was like you demanded a certain level of respect from everybody. It didn't matter if you was an elder. Really? You can't hear me? I don't know. Maybe I need to turn this music down. Can you hear me now, Bryce? Because I haven't even touched the screen. I don't know why it would be muted. Maybe it's just the connection. I don't know. Okay, it's better now. Okay, good. So, but yes, basically, where I'm going with it is that I remember being frowned. I remember people being frowned upon because I was not somebody that was just going to be a pushover. I wasn't going to be someone that just because somebody tells me to do something or tells me not to like someone or tells me to feel this way or to feel that way, like I'm going to always consult and consort within. Like I'm not just going to make final decisions based on what other people have to say or because somebody with quote unquote authority is directing or telling you how to do something, right? It's like we have to have a level of rebel in our spirit that we question things, right? Because people who are just docile and submissive without not even questioning anything, right? These people who are like spiritual dictators, these people who are abusive and users and manipulators, they take advantage of that, okay? So you can't be super docile and just agreeable with every fucking thing, right? You got to start using your brain and start thinking like, okay, well, that didn't really feel right to my intuition, or that doesn't really sound right to my intellect. It's not feeling like that makes sense to me. You see what I'm saying? It's like we just let shit flow and fly and we don't have no question to it or anything like that. And so that's what I mean about being a rebel with a cause. It's like, it's okay to not be agreeable with everything. It's okay to be like, to give some, to give some pushback. You see what I'm saying? It's like, even with the smallest of things, right? It's like, let's say somebody's approaching you because they're intrigued by you and they want to get to know you more, right? And it's like, they're attempting to get to know you more. And it's just like you're taking everything for face value, right? But it's like, no, you got to get some pushback, give a person the space so you can read the room, right? Read the energy, read all of this stuff, because not everybody's always coming with the good intention, okay? But like I said, I was really thinking about the YNs, you know what I'm saying? Because this is a new wave, this is a new term that I've been seeing. I'm like, what is YNs? And I'm thinking it's like the young niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like, because it's like the youth. They are like especially a few summers ago, like I'm gonna say, when we started, like, because I'm from Indianapolis, so a lot of people that are viewing the live are from Indianapolis. Like, when we go to Broad Ripple in the summer and we know it's like it's always some shootings or something happening, right? A lot of times it's the YNs, right? It's the young niggas, it's the little kids that, you know what I'm saying, they got all this energy, right? And the young niggas now are being raised by young niggas, so on and so forth. So it's like they're just out here and they don't have any type of filter. They don't give a fuck. Anybody can get it type energy. You see what I'm saying? They have this fearless spirit, and that's a beautiful thing to have. You see what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing to have, but it's like, how are we transmuting and utilizing this fearless energy to the benefit of the greater good, right? Not just to be out here to be egotistical, because that's what'll happen, is that we'll take this beautiful fearless energy that we have that should be used for something great, but we'll take it and use it for something dark. and we'll take it and use it for something where it's working against us instead of really helping us evolve. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, the reality is nobody does really like you when you speak up, okay? Especially when you speak up against authority. You will not be liked, okay? So this is what I'm noticing, especially in the Black community as well. It's like it's so cute, right? Like, to talk about how you gonna go harm somebody else within your community, right? But then they show you how much of a bitch these motherfuckers are when the police come, or when somebody come, they just don't even, it's like they got put their arms behind their back and they all nice and sensitive with the police. It's like, and don't get me wrong, I'm not encouraging, right, that you should do anything to the police or anything like that. My point is just to say is that, how do you have this fearless energy, but you're so docile and ready to just give up and conform to authorities, right? And it's like, if you had that same kind of energy, right, and looked at yourself as an authority figure and utilize that fearless energy to empower and to uplift the rest of your community, right, to use that fearless energy for something positive. You see what I'm saying? That would get us so much more further, right, in life and things like that. But yeah, the YNs, we got to start empowering them and teaching them that, yes, that fearless energy is a beautiful thing, but like, we got to get y'all to see why that energy needs to be harnessed, and it needs to be transmuted, and it needs to be shifted into something more positive, because otherwise there's people that's going to utilize your fearless energy and they're transmuted it into something negative, right? It's like Future get a hold of it. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, he's the one, or people that are popular that have this power and influence over the young niggas. You see what I'm saying? They literally are like, what's the term that I'm looking for? The Pied Piper. You see what I'm saying? To like guide them to darkness, guide them to, genocide, guide them to utilize that fearless energy and use it for something negative. You see what I'm saying? And this is why we have to start paying attention to it. And when we see these YNs, start trying to pour some positivity into them and some positive influence into them and things like that. You see what I'm saying? Instead of like that's what I was talking about in one of my previous lives, was that there's this gap in generations, and we allow that gap to remain there, and we don't find ways to fill in the gaps in between the generations so we can really guide the generations to a better experience. You see what I'm saying? It's like, nah, we always looking at a previous generation or the latter generation, and we always have judgments that we're placing. You know how they're like, oh, like the millennials are just this, and the Gen Zs are like this, and da-da-da. It's like these stereotypes, but we're not filling in the gaps to ensure that each generation can understand each other, so we know why their experience was their experience, okay? Because the generation has to do with what's going on during that time, right? So all of these things matter and make a huge difference, okay? And so, that was pretty much it, y'all. I didn't really have a lot to talk about today. Like I said, I normally just come on here because I be feeling like, damn, I be having positive, empowering words to share. You see what I'm saying? But sometimes it's not long and drawn out like some other ones. So I'm just gonna jump right into the reading. But yeah, that's important. It's like, be a rebel with a cause, right? Not a rebel without a cause. Like, let's use that rebel energy to, like I said, to empower others around us, you know what I'm saying, and to utilize it to, to ensure that we're activating that Christ consciousness into other people. And you know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, a lot of people is being moved by darkness, being moved by their demons. I love listening to you. A woman with a good heart is more valuable than rubies. Thank you, Bryce. Yes, you know, it is. It's like, and I feel like, and it's also like that for a man that has wisdom as well. It's just, when we have wisdom and we apply it and we share it with others, there's beauty in that, because it's a level of energy exchange that it's not just going to waste. I hope that it's not. I hope that it's, you know what I'm saying, giving you a new way a new outlook to see things and stuff like that. So thank you, Bryce. That's so sweet. I really appreciate you. So what else, Spirit? What other messages do we have? Let's see. So starting off though, y'all, it's about being in this energy of non-conformity, okay? Because we are in an era where we're shifting out of like this slave mentality. Like, you know, we talk about the golden age, and this is where we're in a space where we are able to live free, right? We're not living up to the means of society either. Like, we're creating a new existence, a new way, because I'm telling y'all, like, when I think about the difference in mentality that I have compared to the Matrix dwellers, and I realize a lot of how I'm judged a lot by it, but I also realize how it has saved me from a lot of bullshit that a lot of other people have to deal with and go through, just because I'm not concerned with the things that are influential. Like, I'm not trying to live up to the means of like, oh, let me ensure that I'm being, you know, super materialistic or accepted by this group or that group, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you have these types of mindsets where you want to conform to fit in, those are issues that relinquish your freedom, right? And I know that for me, when I think about what I want to manifest in my life, it's never like, oh God, please give me the nicest car and the biggest house. It's like, God, please bless me with freedom. I just want the freedom to do what I desire. I want the freedom to be able to attain, or to be able to aspire, right? Or just freedom to, when I have something in my mind that I want to create, or the freedom to travel, the freedom to do whatever that, like, I feel inspired, right? That's what non-conformity is about, okay? Because it's like, you don't get caught up in the conformity of what society standards says you should have. It's like, you're not living to try to meet those false standards, because who fucking created those standards anyway? The motherfuckers that own the corporations, and the motherfuckers that we're making rich through, you know, wearing, you know, whatever name, brand, or whatever. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with living luxurious and getting the great things in life. I'm not saying don't desire for those things. I'm saying that a lot of people desire those types of things, and they equate their value to that, whether they have it or not. It's like, if they have it, they feel more valuable, and if they don't, they feel less valuable. Now, that's a problem. If your value is based on these things, that is when it is a problem, right? That is when it's a problem. When your value is based on your connection to a higher power, baby, you are really more abundant than even people who have everything you can ever wish for in the physical realm of things. You see what I'm saying? So you get yourself in a position when you don't necessarily desire materialistic things, or it's not that you don't desire them, it's just that you don't equate your value to them, so it frees you. Hey Kay Lone, thank you so much for joining the live, love. So yeah, that's how they have us. They have us conform to the ideas of what makes you great, what makes you good, what makes you, you know, acceptable to society, what's going to make you fit in and be liked by this one and that one and all of that. But it's like, the reality is, if you don't give a fuck about who like you, if you don't give a fuck about fitting in, if you don't give a fuck about people's judgments, then you be more in alignment with the Most High, because what God desires for you is not at all in alignment with what this world desires for you. Because God said, be in the world, but not of it. So it's like when you desire the unworldly things because you know things are deeper than that, then life becomes a little bit more different for you. And then it's like everybody else from the outside looking in, they're like, this nigga's weird, or how does they do that, or why is this happening like this? Because it's when you are tapped in with the Most High, you are tapped into a divine source. So miraculous things happen for you because of your faith in the Most High. You don't sit here and be lost by the material world because you be so in alignment with the Most High. Hey, Croft. Tone. Thank you so much for joining the live, love. Yeah, so that's what it's about. It's like taking a risk in life and not allowing yourself to be so conforming to society because you care so much about what people think. When you only care about what the Most High thinks of you, right? Then none of that other shit matters, okay? But yeah, we're talking about breaking rules because that's what we have to do in order to be of God. You got to break rules. True. I'm glad I could catch some of your live. Have a great day. Thank you, Bryce. See you later, baby. Yeah, it's like the reality is that, you know, if we're not willing to take those risks, okay? Taking a risk of being disliked, you know, taking a risk of saying, you know what, I don't give a fuck what people are going to think of me because I know who I really am. And I know what I'm doing is in alignment with what the Most High has for me. You see what I'm saying? But when you're walking that path, judgments are coming. People are going to be questioning what you're doing, why you're doing it, how you're doing it, okay? And they're going to come up with all these things because they don't understand spirit. They don't understand God. So now all of a sudden you're going to be the devil. You're going to be a witch. You're going to be all of these things because you are working in a miraculous, because the Most High has given you that access, okay? So it's like, yeah, we're not gambling. We are actually, we're going to take risks, okay? We're going to take risks because we are going to do things that are unorthodox to people. And, you know, this brings a level of self-actualization because you get to put things into perspective, okay? When you're able to witness and see the judgments of others, you're going to be able to be like, okay, bet. Thank you for exposing what you really thought of me, because if you can't love the authentic me of who I am in my truth, you know what I'm saying, and how I'm moving, and it's like because I'm not moving the way that the status quo moves and you're judging me because of that, that gives me the perspective of who you are and how your mind works. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, why am I even going to entertain the foolishness, right? Justice is always going to be served in those situations because it's like, this is what I'm talking about. This is how you balance the scales, because now you've given yourself the space to be able to see things for what it really is. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you're able to take the time to nurture the morals and the values. So it's like how you're viewing these people's actions and like how they're responding to your actions. It allows you to put things into perspective because you're able to really see it clearly. Because when you're trying to conform to just be accepted by people, you think them people are real? They're your real supporters and they like you. If you're not even being yourself to get them to like you, like how does that even make sense? How does that even make sense? Right? The Nine of the Wands is like, yeah, you'll be sitting up there trying so hard to try to keep up with the Joneses, right? Taking all kind of actions and still get beat the fuck up. Still get talked about. Still, you know what I'm saying? Like people still will not like you as much as you're trying to fight to try to be accepted by others. It does not matter. It does not matter. I hate when the main cards come. If these cards are supposed to come out, they will come back out because it's just too many at once. Bam, see? Yes. We are looking for stable connections in relationships. Hi, I am Shanika. Thank you so much for joining the live, love. We are looking for stable connections in relationships. So it's like, if you are seeing that somebody is placing judgment on you because you are authentically pure and you're not conforming, right? These are not your friends. These are not people that's going to come into your life and create a stable foundation. You see what I'm saying? They're not going to come in and do that. So you have to be in a place where you're able to be grounded enough to see that clearly, to see that, oh, is this person really for me or not? Because if they were, then I wouldn't have to conform to some type of way of being to get them to accept me or to like me, okay? So this is about taking that action in order to cut those dynamics off, okay? And ride off into the sunset on their ass, because it's like, why would I be trying to conform to get somebody to like the inauthentic me? Like, why am I trying to fit in to something when, if this is not in alignment with who I really am, why do I have to be somebody else to be accepted within this group? Hey, unladylike savage. Hey, J Tyson 54. Thank you so much for joining the live. Yeah, so it's like, we're not conforming to things to be accepted or to be liked or to be appreciated, because it's like, with the justice, we ensure that we are on the right side of karma. We are not people that are out to try to place judgment on others or to push a certain type of stereotype onto other people. So it's like, don't accept that, because you don't do that to people. Hey, Abby the Fox, thank you so much for joining the live, love. And then, yeah, see, the sun, this is somebody who's all about experiencing peace, bliss, joy, happiness, okay? This is somebody, you see that big ass smile on her face, okay? She is somebody who pours into herself. This is somebody who's going to pour into that inner child and reflect and ensure that, yes, I'm giving myself the love that I need. So if I don't get it outside of myself, baby, I am good, okay? I don't care, because I give myself what I need, and I to the fullest authenticity of who I am, and I don't feed into other people's judgments of me. Like, I'm staying steady and true to who I am, despite of what people have to say, despite of the gossip, despite of the lies, because people don't always understand, right? Somebody who's full of this sun energy. Like, if you're always peaceful and happy, people be like thinking damn near you're faking at it. They be thinking like, this bitch can't be this happy. I don't give a fuck. Like, people be so miserable, and you know misery loves company. So it's like, when they see you over here shining and just doing your thing, you know what I'm saying, in your own world, somebody got to have something to say about it. It got to be some type of, you know, people are not going to be happy about your happiness. And that's sad. Like, I ain't never not been happy for a motherfucker. Like, I've never looked at somebody and literally been upset because they're just too happy. Like, that shit's crazy to me. That is crazy to me. But this is about that immature energy. When people are immature, they're very ego-based, very much in their energy, okay? This is you being the emperor. It's like, you're able to be a leader, okay? But this is you being able to be independent as well, because the Emperor is that Aries card. This is about you being able to say, oh, baby, I can stand on my own too. I don't need you. Okay? And this is the thing. You have to be ready to let these people go, because they can be negative attachments and things like that. And when you don't see yourself as the Emperor standing on business, right? Then it's like, then this is how these people come and they get off with your shit. They're able to steal, whether it's your energy, your intellectual property, okay? They're stealing your dreams, your ideas, you know what I'm saying? All of these things, or whatever it is that they think, whatever it is that they think is going to benefit them. So that's the reality of it. Like, you got to stay in the non-conformist energy, because people around you, okay, if that's how you know people really fuck with you, because they love you in your purest form. If you have to shift your energy to get somebody to fuck with you, to be in that type of energy with you, right? If you got to change somebody's perception, you got to change somebody's mind to get them to like you, then baby, that's not for you. That's not the people for you. That's not the person for you, okay? And it's like, there should be no one that has the power to shift your perception about who you really are, about yourself. You see what I'm saying? There should be nobody that can come in and be like, well, you know, I wasn't gonna say this, but you know what I'm saying? And then now it's like now you thinking twice about who you are as an individual. You know what I'm saying? And you know who you are, and that's the type of energy you have to be in, because it's unfortunate that there's a lot of it's a beautiful card to come out. It's unfortunate that it's a lot of people that want to block your emotional fulfillment, right? It's like you'll be in this place of peace and zen, and then it's like that ain't gonna last for long, because somebody with some type of negative attachment gonna try to come in and shake this shit up, okay? But when you have this level of emotional intelligence, as far in wisdom as well, you see what I'm saying? This is one of those things where people can't instill on your peace. You see what I'm saying? It's like you're at a level where you've broken the generational curses that bind you to these low vibrational energies. So it's now you're at a space where you just are above it all. It's just, you're above it all. It's 10 of Cups is all about closing out old cycles, moving into new beginnings. Okay. This is like that happily ever after energy. And I love it. You see what I'm saying? And that's what it's about. When you non-conforming, when you're true to heart and pure in who you are in spirit, and you're living up to the Most High, and you also gambling, you're taking those chances and, you know, allowing yourself to move forward even in uncertain outcomes. Okay. This is what brings you to this level of like, okay, I can rest. I can relax. I can recover from all of this drama, because I put myself in a space where I protect my peace. You know what I'm saying? I protect the purity of my heart. I don't let people come in and throw me off in no way, shape, sense, or form. Okay, let's see what else. Yeah, and now you're in a place of stillness where you can go back, you can look and reflect and be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you can look over out in life and based on your experience, you can see that, yes, I'm so glad that the Most High allowed me to have this wisdom, to let me see things through, and to be able to even remain this level of peace and happiness despite of whatever the confusion, whatever may have been going on, you know, regardless of whatever manipulation may have been happening, whatever people was trying to come in to get you to conform to something that was outside of who you really were. You see what I'm saying? It's not going to happen like that anymore. Okay. So yes, y'all, that was a beautiful reading. I'm going to just grab some advice from the angels and let's see what the angels have to say to add on. Okay. So yes, it's a lot. I'm going to just take these two. So yes, y'all, we have empathy. So Goddess, I love to take notes while listening to you. You remind me so much of my power. You on YouTube yet? Oh, thank you, Goddess. Yes, I am on YouTube. On YouTube, I am the Vibe Priestess Tarot. And I'm working on being more consistent with my content up there. But yes, I do have content on YouTube. I'm also Vibe Priestess Tarot on TikTok as well. But right now, Instagram, I feel like I'm pushing more content out on Instagram at the moment. But yes, add me on the other ones, love, because I will be posting more content on there too. So thank you so much, Goddess. I received that, and I really appreciate you just for being in the space and vibing with me and appreciating the messages, because that's what I'm here for, baby. To empower the gods and goddesses that know their power and are seeking to ascend and really, really get into this full discovery of what their power really, truly is, okay? So what the angels have to say, okay? Empathy. See yourself and others clearly, okay? Empathy is the ability to look outside of yourself and sense or feel energy. If you can't understand other people's points of view or read the mood in a room, the chance of conflict, misunderstanding, and tension in your life increase drastically. So I just love when the angels come out and they're just reaffirming and confirming. I'm telling you, they're just confirming what we were just talking about, okay? Allow the angel of empathy to open your heart and mind to your innate clairvoyant potential so you can feel what is going on around you and find ways to serve not just your best interests, but also the interests of others. Empathy allows us deeper understanding of perspectives other than our own. It connects the world. It is your superpower. It is what makes others feel seen and heard and united. But be sure to set boundaries to your empathy to protect yourself. Remember, you don't need to attach yourself to what you sense or feel. It is not agreeing. It is simply feeling your way through life, sensing what is authentic and what comes from the heart. Period. Okay? So that's what it's about, y'all, tapping in so you can sense the genuinity, the authenticity of the energy exchange that you have with people. And that's the beauty in being empathic, is that we have the gift of doing that, but also can be the curse if we haven't honed in on the gift of how to do it, because the empath's worst nightmare is a dark empath or a narcissist who are going to come and try to prey on your empathy. You see what I'm saying? So that's why you have to have this balance to ensure that you have an awareness that you still stand on business. And even though you're an empath, you still got to have this level of just a little grit to be able to show people that, baby, I ain't no pushover, okay? And so don't try to play me, okay? But like we talk about non-conforming and being in your authenticity, okay? That has a lot to do with people who want to try to come manipulate you because you're an empath. And when you stand in your non-conformist energy, it's easy for you to push back when you see that people are just trying to push their agendas onto you. You see what I'm saying? So yes, hope, okay? Allow hope to set your world alight, okay? Life is filled with injustice, and it is easy to lose confidence, okay? Ask the angel of hope to remind you that whenever things don't work out for you, it might be because something better lies ahead, okay? You tend to manifest in your life what you believe to be possible. If you feel despondent and don't believe good things can happen, you are increasing your chances of disappointment. Positive thinking alone can't guarantee success because there are things in life outside of your control. But if you let the angel of hope cultivate an optimistic mindset within you, this can give you the inner calm you need to focus on and change what it is in your power to change, okay? Remind yourself of all the hurdles you have overcome. If things feel bleak, seek out the lessons learned and evolve. Above all, believe in your own resilience. Yes. Changing your perspective from darkness to light isn't unrealistic. Dawn must follow darkness and stars shine brightest at night. Commit to optimism and allow your hope to attract peace into your life. Hey, Smooth Criminal, thank you so much for joining the live, love. Yes, y'all. So that's what this is about. It's like keeping hopeful, keeping hope alive, okay? Knowing that even if we're met with something negative, or if we're met with something that is not agreeable, we're still able to look at it and say, that wasn't for me. I know that God has something greater. I know, being able to put ourselves in this mindset that even when things happen and it doesn't look like it's what we desire, we can always shift our mindset and say, I don't know. You get hype about it not working because you know God got something better along the way. You see what I'm saying? Hey, Juan on Gold, thank you so much for joining the live, love. But yeah, it's like when you can hype yourself up when shit don't work out, baby, that is alchemy at its grandest form, okay? When things are not working out for you and you can see the silver lining and you can still give thanks to the Most High and gratitude because you're like, I know if this didn't work for me, God, I know you got something greater, so I'm not even tripping. You see what I'm saying? Hey, I need this. You just don't even know. You know what? God sent you here for a reason. You see what I'm saying? It's like, this is what we have to realize is we are all, right? We are all connected to each other. And a lot of times that's what will happen, right? We'll use someone else, another person, to use their words to empower us. And we don't understand how powerful we really are. Like, even you are, right? I'm sure there's certain downloads that come upon you that you utilize to empower yourself that other people could hear that would then empower them. So that's why it's like the community and unity and the power of the consciousness, when we merge our consciousness together, how it empowers us, y'all. I'm telling you, it's so much power in that. And I'm so glad, Juan, that I was able to be this empowering force for you to help you move through a space where if you were struggling or trying to just continue to stay positive, I'm so happy that I could be that person for you. Yes. So keep hope alive. Keep faith alive. Stay in a space where it's like you are always in a space of gratitude, because I know it can seem a little corny at first or seem a little like fairy tale or like you're just being delusional, but no, faith is not delusion, right? Faith is only delusion when you don't have the faith entailed with that, right? But when you know that God, right? When you know the power of God, and you know that you are working on your connection to God, and you are working on finding that light within, the intuition that God talks to us through to move us through situations. I feel like when we start to gain more power in our intuition, we start to be guided in a way where we're being guided more in the direction that we need to go in. And sometimes we've lost that, and we have to rebuild it, strengthen it up, so we can be guided in the right direction, okay? Because it's easy for us to get lost and lose hope and to feel, you know what I'm saying, lackluster, or feel like, damn, like, get ourselves in these, you know, melancholy type of energies, you know, and that's why we have to be self-love, right? Which is us reminding self in those moments of who the fuck we are. Don't forget you're a god. Don't forget you're a goddess. Don't forget that God gave you that power within to tap in with him to it's all frequency at the end of the day. So when we fall and we get low in our frequency, we got to remember that Christ consciousness is a high frequency, not a low frequency, right? So we got to start going into a space when we start feeling low that we like, oh, okay, I got to get to God. God is a high frequency. So what frequency can I be in that's going to be closer to God? Okay. Gratitude is going to be closer to God. Peace is going to be closer to God. Okay. Appreciation, happiness is going to be closer to God. So how can I sort through these emotions to get back to these places of frequency? You see what I'm saying? So it's like when we start to accept that our emotions and how we act and how we feel on a day-to-day plays a significant role in what we experience, we will start shifting our frequency intentionally, regularly, right? We won't allow people to come in and throw our energy off. We won't give people the power to just come in and say, and now your whole day fucked up and you mad and shit like that. It's like we gotta cut that off. We give people our power when we do that. We gain more power when we have control over our insides, how we feel despite of what people think of us, how they, you know, whatever they're trying to project onto us that may not even have shit to do with us, okay? This is the type of energy we got to learn how to embody, because people will try to bait and switch. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, you might be perfectly happy. You might have a perfectly happy life. You good. And then somebody comes and tries to shift their energy onto you, and then you just take it. You see what I'm saying? Because you don't realize the way energy works. Hey, honey Duchess, thank you so much for joining the live, love. Yeah, so it's like that I talk about the bait and switch, okay? So don't let people with low vibrational energy come and then try to ruin your day because they're fucking miserable. And now they done did something to you knowing like this is going to get to them. Knowing that they're going to be able to lower your vibration and your frequency. Don't allow people to do that. Look at it. If you got to look at it like a game, if you got to look at it like, oh, okay, I see this person trying to get to me. All right, watch me do the opposite. Because in the reality, that's how you have to be, because that's what they're doing. In their mind, it's like a game to them. You see what I'm saying? So you got to be in a place where you're ready to be like, hell no, I see the games that you're playing and I'm not participating. You see what I'm saying? Hey, Samaj, thank you so much for joining the live, love. So it's like, yeah, we're not partaking. We're not participating in the foolishness that people try to bring to try to bait and switch and try to shift your energy, try to make you be miserable, because they are. You see what I'm saying? You got to just always have the power to know that in any moment if you're not feeling it, that you have that power to shift that frequency and that energy. If you got to remove yourself from the space or the people, right? Or whatever. But even, you know what's more powerful is that right when you can still remain in your space while people are sitting there trying to throw this type of energy towards you, but it's like when you can deal with it in that way and just be like, I hate that, maybe there's some misunderstanding, but that wasn't my intention. You know what I'm saying? If whatever conflict there is, baby, I didn't mean to, so I'm letting it go. I don't have no beef or no drama. Now, if that person want to continue to still try to that person wants to continue to try to do little things. That's how you know. It's like if you know that you're doing everything to try to keep the peace, but this person just don't want to let you have no peace, that is how you know that this is a person that is most likely possessed by a low vibrational entity, a force, a demon, or whatever. They're connected to this low vibrational frequency, and they have attachments. So it's like the light in you will irk the darkness in others, right? If you have the Most High within you, people who have a demon on them, you're not going to be able to coexist. Oh, it's not going to be, you know what I'm saying, beautiful, you know what I'm saying, glitter and gold. You see what I'm saying? It's going to be friction. It's always going to be that opposing force trying to take you off of your high horse. And that's why you have to be in a space where you expect it, that you understand that this is what comes along with being the light. Okay, you're going to draw, like they talk about, like a moth to a flame. You see what I'm saying? You're going to draw these things in, and that's why it's better for us to be prepared to know how to deal with it, so that way we keep our power. We don't give our power away. Hey, Brisa 888, thank you so much for joining the live, love. Yeah, so we don't give our power away to people who are looking to take our power, because people don't realize that the power is in the peace. Okay? If you don't realize your power is in your peace. So anybody that's trying to come and disturb your peace, that's because they're trying to take your power. Those are destiny swappers. Those are people who are trying to siphon your energy, take something from you that they don't have, and probably no longer have even access to, because they've done so much. They like lingering in the dark. You see what I'm saying? That's where they belong. So it's like, you have to understand, right? This is what happens around us. You see what I'm saying? And so a lot of times when we are upset, it has a lot to do with other people that we're interacting with, circumstances, situations, and things like that. And, you know, just like blessings, a lot of blessings are going to come through other people, but so it's a lot of stressing. Okay? You know what I mean? So you have to be able to see through everybody what side of the coin, right? Do I want to be miserable with this person? Do I want to be happy with this person? Do I need to separate myself altogether? Because did these people bring drama? Do they bring negativity? You know, a lot of times people who are negative, they family negative. They friends is negative. That everything that come along with them is negative. You see what I'm saying? So that's why we got to get in a place where we recognize that we got to separate ourselves from those type of people. We can't be coexisting. Like, because it's energy. Like, we used to just look at people like, oh, that's another person. That's another human being. They can't control me and things like that. But now that we understand there's this thing called energy manipulation, and that there's people who have mastered this, and they do this to gain for gains in their own experience, and they would use you and your energy to fuel their own life force vitality and fuel their manifestations and things like that. So you got to just be aware that this is what's going on, y'all. Okay, but I'm not going to harp much longer on that, y'all. I want to thank y'all so much for being here and joining with me on the live. Hey, Gaith Rateo, thank you so much for joining, love. I'm sorry you came at the end, but I am going to be saving this so you can view this after the fact. And also, y'all, my bio has my journals in there. Get your God is gang or Goddess gang. And I also have evil eye protection journals. You can manifest, put in your manifestations, your affirmations, your goals, you know, all of those things is going to fuel and empower those things you're wanting to manifest. Okay. And also TikTok and YouTube is Vibe Priestess Tarot. So if you'd like to catch me on there, please do. And I'm sending y'all so much love. Thank y'all so much for being here with me. Mwah and mwah. Peace and love. See y'all next time.